12 teams will participate in the AFC Women's Asian Cup India 2022. They will be divided into 3 groups of 4 teams in Groups A, B and C. As the host association, India has automatically qualified for the competition. The top 3 teams of the AFC Women's Asian Cup Jordan 2018 have automatically qualified for India 2022. Group winners of qualifiers competition. The following 8-member associations have qualified for India 2022 by finishing as group winners in the qualifiers. Seeding of teams. India shall be placed as top-seeded team as host of the competition, followed by the team ranking in the AFC Women's Asian Cup Jordan 2018. Mode of competition. The 12 teams shall be divided into 3 groups of 4 teams, and each group shall play a 1-round league where each team in the group shall play 1 match against each other. The first and second placed participating teams in each group, as well as the 2 best third place participating teams among all groups, shall qualify for the knockout stage quarterfinals. The 4 winners of the quarterfinals shall qualify to the semi-finals, while the winners of the semi-finals will advance to the final. The top 5 ranked teams of the AFC Women's Asian Cup India 2022 shall qualify to the FIFA Women's World Cup Australia and New Zealand 2023. In the event that Australia finishes among the top 5 teams of the AFC Women's Asian Cup India 2022, the team ranked 6th will also qualify to the FIFA Women's World Cup Australia and New Zealand 2023. There will be playoff matches, maximum of 4 matches, organised among the losing teams of the quarterfinals, excluding Australia if applicable, to determine the remaining teams that will qualify to the FIFA Women's World Cup Australia and New Zealand 2023, as well as the 2 teams that will represent Asia in the Inter-Confederation playoff matches. The details of the playoff matches will be communicated via a separate circular. Groupings. The following match sequence applies for the group matches. The number designates the position in each group. The following sequence applies for the quarter-final stage. The following match sequence applies for the semi-final stage. The following sequence applies for the final match. For the avoidance of doubt, the above does not represent the chronological order in which the matches will be played in the quarter-final and semi-final stages. Draw principles. India, as the host, has been seeded number 1 and will be placed in A1 during the draw. There will be 4 pots: Pot 1, Pot 2, Pot 3 and Pot 4. Pot number represents the position that the teams shall be placed in the group. Teams from Pot 4, Pot 3, Pot 2 and Pot 1 shall be placed in position 4, 3, 2 and 1 respectively in each group. The first to third ball drawn from each pot shall be placed in groups A, B and C respectively. Draw mechanics. The draw will take place in the following sequence: Pot 4, Pot 3, Pot 2, Pot 1. The first ball drawn from Pot 4 will be placed in position A4. The remaining balls will be placed in position B4 and C4 respectively. The same sequence will apply to pots 2 and 3 accordingly. India, as the host of the competition, shall be drawn first and placed in A1. The remaining balls drawn from pot 1 will be placed into position B1 and C1 respectively. This will conclude the draw.
The only debutant of the final competition of the AFC Women's Asian Cup India 2022. They have experienced a hard-fought qualifiers and grabbed the ticket to the final stage. Second team from pot 4 will be going to Group B4. Indonesia. Indonesia has showed good performance back in the 1970s and 80s. After absent from the Women's Asian Cup for 15 years, now they have announced a strong comeback by qualifying to the final stage. And the last team from Pot 4 will be going to C4, that is Japan. Defending champion and also a team has been performing at the world top level for the past decade. Japan has recently appointed new head coach, Mr. Futoshi Ikeda, and we look forward to seeing them in 2022. Now that concludes the draw. We have many exciting matches ahead of us, beginning with the opening match between
Islamic Republic of Iran find themselves in the same group as Chinese Taipei, China PR, as well as host nation India, whereas in Group B, it's the Southeast Asian countries of Indonesia, Philippines, and Thailand.